These tapes were developed by the Academic Skills Center at Dartmouth College in cooperation with Instructional Services. Funding was provided through a Hewlett grant. Lectures are one of the fundamental methods of instruction on any college campus. Note-taking is the skill you need to succeed in turning your professor's lectures into your own learning. This video will discuss and present an effective note-taking strategy that will help you learn the information you hear in your lectures and other classes. The Cornell note-taking method was developed by Professor Walter Pock. It's used by college and university students around the world. This strategy suggests that successful college note-taking involves 3 steps: what you do before class, what you do during class, and what you do after class. The Cornell note-taking method works best when you use a 3-ring binder or notebook. The advantage of the 3-ring binder is that you can easily and neatly combine your notes with handouts and photocopies. A distinctive feature of the Cornell note-taking system is its format. Use 8.5 by 11-inch sheets of paper. Draw a line 2.5 inches from the left side of the notebook paper. The space on the right-hand side of the page is where you will take your notes. The space on the left side of the line is called the recall column. It has a special use which will be discussed later in this video. Before each class, review your notes from previous lectures, either the night before or earlier in the day. Spend 5 to 15 minutes reviewing the major ideas or reciting specific facts to help you practice and learn the information.
That's going to be a much more active way of learning, and I think that we all know that as learning is made active, as there's more rehearsing, even though the rehearsing may be relatively short periods of time, the better you are going to be aware of that information, and better you're going to be able to retain it in the long haul.
You can also use your review sessions to develop 1 or 2 questions that you can ask your professor during, before, or after class. Asking questions in class keeps you alert, clarifies the material, and makes the professor aware that you're interested and engaged in the course and his or her lecture. Successful students attend all their lectures and classes. You should go to every class. Your top educational goal is to learn all that you can. Get to class early, get a good seat, and sit up front. The closer you are to the speaker, the more alert you will be, and your notes will be more complete and accurate. Choose a seat which has good lighting and few distractions.
Where you sit is vital. You want to be in that perfect range. You know, you don't go to a theater and sit on the extreme right or left.
Approach each class with the attitude and intention that for the next class period, you will listen actively and closely, you will take notes on what you hear, and you will leave with a set of notes from which you will learn the material.
You have to come to class ready to engage, ready to ask questions, ready to take a position different from the professors, willing to comment on what other students are saying. You have to really kind of authentically be there.
Take notes by writing short phrases or sentences. If the speaker is well organized and structured, an outline format is useful. While taking notes, try to capture the main ideas and supporting facts and examples. If you want to use symbols and abbreviations, be consistent. Use the same symbols and abbreviations in all your notes. There are 3 important time periods for learning the information in your notes: immediately after class, within 24 hours, and overtime. Immediately after class, or when the professor has concluded his or her presentation, stay in your seat. For just a minute or two, quickly review your notes. Identify the key points or ideas with brackets, boxes, circles, or underlining. Identify portions of your notes that you want or need more information about. You may also have a question that you could ask the professor before he or she leaves the lecture or classroom. This is one of the most valuable times to learn, just after you've heard the information. Within 24 hours of your taking class notes, return to them. Reduce your notes to the most important concepts and facts and record that information in the recall column, the 2.5-inch wide column you created on the left-hand side of your note paper. Consider putting some or all of the information in a question format. You are learning the information from your lectures by actively working with and reducing your notes. Then, over time, regularly review and practice your notes. Designate specific times each week for reviewing. Regular review, recitation, and practice are the most powerful ways to learn and to move information from your short-term into your long-term memory.
If you can turn a process and make it more active, you're going to commit it more to long-term memory. In fact, the process by which information is committed to long-term memory is through activity or rehearsal. And the more rehearsal you're going to have, the more long-term memory is going to have for a particular idea. The more long-term memory that's evoked, the better you are at remembering that concept for a long period of time.
As you accumulate several pages of lecture notes, consider further reducing your notes to 1 to 3 pages of summary notes, which outline the most important information in the course. Or you can reduce the information to a chronological timeline or information map. To review, learning from lectures can be enhanced by using an effective strategy such as the Cornell note-taking method. Before class, prepare by reviewing your notes from previous lectures. During class, use active listening skills and record what you hear on the right-hand side of your paper. After class, review your notes immediately. Reduce the key information into the recall column within 24 hours and review and practice your notes on a weekly basis throughout the term.